I think the biggest challenge I have in my organization is building the culture. We went through a bit of restructuring a year ago, bringing 4 different companies together with 4 different cultures together, mindsets together. So for me, the main challenge is how do we actually build a future thinking, different mindset, one unit organization.
In my role as a CTO, the biggest challenge is definitely AI. It's something like everyone talks about, but it's really like the biggest change I've seen in my whole career.
For much more established and mature companies, their access to talent has increased because fewer of the best people are going into scale-up companies. But I think for a lot of the industry, they have really suffered from just a lack of other companies out there growing, doing interesting stuff at those more mature stages.
I think the biggest aspect is keeping talent in your company and hiring talent to the company, because startup world is more budget concern than the corporation world.
One of the key challenges right now is actually to influence senior leadership to invest in technology initiatives that can actually enable our product maturity.
I think there are loads of challenges. Our industry specifically, in hiring technology executives and product executives, I think it's a scarcity of roles. I think the market dynamics completely shifted. We've been through a market that's been high growth within early stage businesses, and we're moving into a market that is more geared towards the later stage businesses, private equity backed businesses. So I think individuals within the network navigating that space, it's really, really challenging.
Maybe it's not something new, and maybe it's a really simple answer, but still translating tech to non-tech people, it's the biggest challenge, I would say.
I think we are extremely challenged these days to produce more, to have more impact, and sometimes to do more with less, because there's fewer and fewer resources and that budgets are getting scarce. And I think a lot of the struggle that we're seeing right now is the disconnect that we sometimes have between the business and the tech in a world where there's no way to deliver business results without tech.
My biggest challenge is always just figuring out what's the best use of my time, how do I balance things, how do I manage all the context switching, how do I make sure I'm making the best use of whatever time I have.
The first challenge is the platformization, how to have a platform strategy at scale. That's the first challenge. And the second challenge is the quality at scale. How do you build quality in the way teams do their everyday job?
It's not so much a challenge, it is a question, I think, is what is the future of work?